Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing my July favorites, and I've actually never done a favorites video, so I'm like very excited to do one. Personally, I really love these videos, but I don't know, I've never done one myself. I don't know, haven't. I will say, I feel like usually these videos tend to be very like makeup, skincare, beauty heavy in the product department, and I have a couple of items like that, but this is going to be kind of random and all over the place, so I'm just warning you. But I will start out with a couple of beauty products that I have. First, I've really been loving the Supergoop Play Lip Balm. This has SPF 30. It also is a little bit minty. It is a little bit sunscreeny, but that doesn't really bother me personally. And I feel like this also looks really, really pretty on the lips. Like, it's very glossy and shiny, and it lasts for a super long time, which I like. I ended up getting this for my beach trip that I took in June, and I've been using it constantly since then because I am outside a lot. And so it's really, really good if you're like going on a walk or a bike ride or anytime that you're in the sun, because if your lips have ever gotten sunburnt, holy crap, that does not feel good. So I've been loving this. The other beauty slash makeup product that I have is just the classic Benetint from Benefit. And man, I love this stuff. It's such a classic for a reason. So I like to use this especially on days where I'm not wearing makeup. I feel really naked if I don't have like any kind of blush or lip on at all. So I do like to put a little something on. And this is great for those days because you literally just like pop it on and pat it out and then you're good to go. And I also like to use this on days where I do wear makeup, and I'll put it underneath my makeup like as a first step kind of thing. But in the summer especially, I'm going most days without makeup, but I do still like to use this to add like a little bit of color. Okay, next let's talk about books, because I think that I read like 4 or 5 books in July. I'm not 100% sure, but I've got a couple that were my favorites. My number one favorite from July was Rouge by Mona Awad. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to really control myself here because I could talk forever about Mona Awad, but I'm gonna try not to. So this book is about a character. Her name is Mirabelle, I believe. It just calls her Belle on the back, but I think it's like her full name is Mirabelle, but we'll call her Belle for the sake of the story, okay? The story follows Belle, and her mother recently passed away, and so she's going to her mother's funeral, and then while she's there, or like after the funeral, she ends up kind of stumbling upon this spa that her mom used to be a member of, and she starts to go to the spa, and then the story like really takes off from there. So she's very, very much a skincare obsessed kind of person. Like, she's watching a beauty YouTuber every single night. She has like hundreds of skincare products, and you can tell from the story that it's like something that she kind of learned and got from her mom, because her mom was also very beauty obsessed. And yeah, she starts going to this spa that her mom went to, and then it just gets weird. Okay. I love her writing style so much because whenever I finish one of her books, I just end up sitting there for a few minutes and I'm just like, did any of that really happen? Like, it is such a fever dream, and it is so weird and out there and so up to interpretation, which is something that I really love. As much as I love a story that just like completely spells everything out and I'm like fully understanding everything that's going on, I really enjoy what Mona Awad does, where whenever I'm done reading something by her, I just am like, okay, like what's my take on what was going on, because it is so up to interpretation. So I'll also say I really was expecting this to be a lot more of a commentary on like beauty standards and aging and the things that we'll do for beauty and things like that. And it definitely does go there and is a lot about that. But I feel like it more so ended up being about relationships between like mothers and daughters and how layered and complicated that can be. And so, oh my God, I just loved this so, so much. The other book that I really enjoyed in July was That's All I Know by Elisa Levi. And you can see this one is very short. I finished this one in just like a couple of days. And this one is so, I don't know, it was done in such an interesting way, which I will talk about. But the story follows a character named Little Leah, and she's called Little Leah because her mom's name is also Leah, and they call her mom Big Leah, and they call her Little Leah. And they live in this like very, very small town. Like, it's truly just a handful of people that live there. So the story is really just about Leah, her friends, her family. She also has a younger sister named Nora that she lives with, and Little Leah is kind of the primary caretaker for her. Nora is mostly nonverbal, and she also can't move on her own, so she really needs a caretaker to be there to help her all the time. And that's really what little Leah does. But we also learn about some of little Leah's friends and things like that. But the way that this story is told is what is so interesting. The story begins with little Leah talking to this man who is sitting on the edge of the forest. His dog ran into the forest and he wants to go after the dog, but little Leah is like, don't do it. Trust me, you won't come back out. This is not a spoiler, by the way. This is all in the back of the book. So she starts talking to this man, and then she just doesn't really stop talking. So the entire book is actually one long monologue from little Leah. I really did not know what to think about this at first. It was kind of stressing me out in the beginning because it sort of felt like, I don't know if y'all have anyone in your lives that talking to them is kind of like a one-sided conversation, you know, like if you're having a conversation with them, they're really just talking at you and they just never stop talking. I know multiple people like that. So it was kind of stressing me out because it was giving me that feeling of being stuck in a conversation. But the more that you get used to little Leah's voice and like learn her personality, and the more into the story that you get, it's like, it's not even something that you're really thinking about, that she's not even really talking to this man. She's just kind of talking. I personally have never read anything like this, and I feel like the sustained monologue idea was really unique and really cool and just not something that I've seen done a lot. And I really like to look up books online after I finish them just to like see what people think about them. And I was trying to look up what people thought about this on Reddit, and nobody had said anything on Reddit. Like I couldn't find anything about this on Reddit. And so I'm like, I'm going to spread the word to the people, okay? Read this book. Next, I'm moving into scented products. So I have a couple of perfumes, but also a candle. So we'll start with the candle, which is New Baby by the brand Homesick. And actually, the Airbnb that we stayed at the beach, they had a candle from Homesick, and I'd never even heard of them before. And so I looked them up, and whenever I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be needing that. So this smells straight up like a new baby. I don't know if it lists the notes on the bottom. It doesn't look like it, but oh my God, it really smells like a new baby. It's very much, it's got baby powder. I remember that it has some vanilla, it has some tonka bean, it has some like musky notes in it. Oh my gosh, it just is like very clean, very warm, very cozy. And I've used a bit of it, not a crazy amount. Honestly, whenever I come in here to work, or like if I'm going to be sitting in my office for any period of time, I will light this, and it's kind of like a little treat. But whenever I first opened this and smelled it, I was like, it actually smells like a baby. Like it has this warm skin-like quality to it. Oh my God, I've just been loving that. I love like a powdery, musky kind of a smell. So along those same lines, I've got some fragrances that I've been wearing. I've definitely been reaching for scents that sit a lot closer to the skin, that are like not overpowering at all, because whenever it's like 95 degrees and the humidity is also nearly at 100%, even some of my favorite scents that I have are just like, it's just way too much. So these are very, very light, kind of gentle perfumes, I would say. And the first one is Clean Reserve Skin. It's funny that I keep saying skin, but this one, you can see I have used quite a bit of this. Oh my God, look at my eyeball in there. Okay, sorry. I've had this one for years. That's why there's such a good dent in it. And I haven't worn it for a super long time, but the other night I like showered in the evening, and this is a great like before bed shower kind of a fragrance. And I wore it and I was like, God, that's so good. So this one is just, oh man, I feel like every time I try to describe a scent, I just keep sniffing and like moaning. So let me try to look up the notes. Okay, this has bergamot, orange blossom, honeysuckle, warm skin accord, vanilla orchid, peony, praline, musks, cedarwood. And I will put up the little like Fragrantica breakdown on the screen, because those kind of help me understand like what the vibe of the scent is a lot more. But this says on the front that it's in the floral musk family, and I would agree with that. It just is very, it truly does smell like clean skin. It's like I get a little bit of vanilla, a lot of musk, a little bit of floral. Oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful. The only thing that I complain about with this one is that it does not last long enough for me. It's just so beautiful. And I'm gonna try to finish it this year. I'm actually doing a perfume no-buy this year, which has been incredibly painful for me. Okay, but I'm working through what I've got. So the other one that I've been wearing, this is actually what I took to wear to the beach this year. And I'm going to butcher the name because I don't speak French, but L'Eau Papier by Diptyque. This one is actually my husband's, because whenever I was shopping for Diptyque, whenever I was shopping for Diptyque whenever I was in New York, my husband smelled this one and he was like trying to convince me to buy it. And I was like, why don't you buy it? Like, why don't you wear it? And he was like, good point. So he got it and now we share it. But this one is just, oh, baby, this one is so good. Let me look up the notes of this one, too. It's got white musks, mimosa, blonde wood, rice steam. I see a lot of people describing this, saying that they can smell the rice notes. And personally, I don't really get a lot of rice. I don't know. This one's just really, really hard to describe, but it smells so gorgeous. And oh my God, it smells so good on my husband, too. I feel like it smells way better on him than it does on me. But I took it to the beach because I couldn't decide what to wear. And since I did that, I have really put a dent in it. I mean, that's not a crazy dent, but compared to where it was before I started really wearing it, there's been a dent. Okay, next I want to talk about some games that I've been playing. I don't have anything to physically hold and show you for this, but I will insert some clips. I'm going to talk about 2 games. The first one is House Flipper, okay? I played this for the first time in July, and one of my Twitch friends actually gifted it to me, so thank you again to Charlotte for gifting that to me. But this game is so much fun, and I wanted to play it for a super long time, but I never got it just because I knew that I was going to get addicted to it. Basically, like, people will email you a job, and you can go and do it. So the job might include like tearing down walls, building walls, painting, redecorating, cleaning up. So you can like vacuum, you can mop, you can clean the windows, you can paint, you can buy furniture, you can get pets, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can do, there's a gardening DLC. So you can do mow the grass, you can plant flowers, you can do so many different things. If you're someone who's into like cozy games where you just kind of feel like you're switching your brain off, this is the perfect kind of game for that because you have your tasks that you do, but you don't even have to go out and do a job if you don't want to. You can just like putter around your house, redecorate, paint, work on the garden. You can buy a new house, you can flip it and resell it. Just the options are endless and it is so relaxing and so much fun. So I highly recommend House Flipper. The next game is a lot less lighthearted, but don't let me lose you here, okay? Just pretend like I'm describing the plot of like a movie or a book or a show because the story in this game is amazing. And the game is called Clair Obscure Expedition 33. And it's like a turn-based RPG game, which is very much not my usual vibe that I play. But I'm so glad that I tried it because I am in love with it. It's so much fun. It is so beautiful. The graphics and like the worlds that they've built are incredible. The music is so beautiful. Like just compliment. I could not say enough good things about it. And the story specifically is just captivating. Basically, the premise of the game is that there is this like entity, I guess, and her name is the Paintress. And every year there is an event that happens that's called the Gommage, okay? And when the Gommage happens, people die, okay? They just like disappear. So the Paintress, she wakes up once a year from her like slumber or whatever, and she paints a number on this big rock. And that number tells you the age of the people who are going to die at the next Gommage. So at the beginning of the game, she paints the number 33, which is why it's called Expedition 33. And in the game, you're playing as a cast of characters who are going out to find the Paintress. And I guess they want to fight her or something, and they want to try to stop the Gommage from happening again because basically what this means is that the only people who are left are people who are 33 and younger. And the number decreases each year. So it did say 34 and now it says 33, and it just eventually will, I don't know, I guess go down to 0 because I'm just like, what's the goal here? You know, I've been saying that the whole time I'm playing it. I'm like, are we just trying to eliminate humanity? Like what happens whenever it's just a bunch of 10-year-olds that live on the earth? Like, I don't know. So at the beginning of the game, you start playing and it's like the day of the Gommage. And so we were all, oh my gosh, I was streaming it on Twitch. I am streaming it on Twitch still whenever you're watching this probably. Not like at this moment, but whatever, you know what I mean? And oh my God, we were all crying. Okay, we were all crying. I literally have a box of tissues right here next to me for when I play this game because snot was pouring down. So love that game. Much darker than House Flipper, but still would recommend. Okay, I only have one physical thing next to me, so I'm checking my list to see if I forgot about anything. I do have the word smoothies written down, so yeah, I've been drinking a lot of smoothies in July. I make them at home. I don't go get them, but I love a smoothie, and I've been making them. I've been doing frozen banana, peanut butter, chia seeds, some other frozen fruit, and like a lot of spinach to try to get some greens in, and then doing like a little water and some oat milk. delicious. The last physical item that I have here is a cup, and this is by Joanna Spicer. Okay, Joanna Spicer Ceramics. And if you do not know who Joanna Spicer is, you need help. Okay, she is literally my favorite YouTuber of all time. I know that she's also on Instagram, and I think she's also on TikTok. I am not on TikTok, and I deleted my Instagram, so I don't hang out over there, but go follow her literally everywhere. I will link her YouTube channel down below. But she also does ceramics, and I actually have another cup from her right there. Very, very cute. And then I thought I might have something over here by her, but I don't. I don't. I also have this one though, and I love this. This was called the Marigold Cup, I think. And is this just literally the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen in your entire life? Because I know the answer is yes. I'm going to link her channel down below, but I'll also link her shop because that's where you can buy her ceramics. And she also has cute t-shirts on her shop as well. I have quite a few of her t-shirts and her ceramics, and I love literally everything that she does. I just love her. Joanna, I love you. Oh, and something exciting is for anyone who likes press-on nails, okay? She's going to start putting press-on nails in her shop. I don't know if she already has. They may already be there. Buy something from Joanna, okay, because she's great. Okay, I'm checking my list one more time. Last thing I want to talk about is a show that I watched in July, and that is Too Much. It's on Netflix. I was so freaking excited whenever I heard that this was coming out because it's written and directed by Lena Dunham, and it stars Meg Stalter, which, like, what is not to love? So if you like Meg Stalter, if you like Lena Dunham, you're probably going to like this show. I will say, I have seen so many people not liking it, which I just do not understand. I'm like, what's not to like? But anyway, so the story is about a woman named Jess who moves to London for a job opportunity, and she's moving from New York to London. And she also is like right off the heels of a breakup with her long-term boyfriend, who is now since engaged to an Instagram model. So drama, of course, but she moves to London, and on her first night in London, she meets this like very, very cute indie musician, and they kind of start to hang out. And it basically is just like a rom-com. Okay. It's so funny. I laughed, I cried multiple times, and I just really loved it. I'm so shocked. I think that a lot of people, knowing that Lena Dunham is like the writer of the show, expected it to be a lot like Girls, and it really is not anything like Girls, but it's not supposed to be. It's definitely supposed to be its own thing, and it feels very, very rom-com-y. It feels very over the top. There's a lot of things that happen that are just like outrageous at times, but it's supposed to be that way. And so I just thought that it was so much fun. And the wardrobe, oh my God, the wardrobe in the show, absolutely insane. So good. Meg Stalter did such an amazing job. I'm so happy to like see her elsewhere other than just like on social media, you know, and I personally love pretty much anything that Lena Dunham writes. I think that she is such a talented writer and director as well. But I actually just finished it last night. I was so sad that it was over, and I was sobbing my eyes out in the last episode. Okay, if you've watched it, you were probably crying too, but I mostly am just like sad that it's over. So yeah. Okay, y'all, I think it's about time that I shut the hell up because I've been talking for a long time. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Let me know if you like favorites videos, if you would like to see me do this monthly or at least like more often. I also would like to know what your favorites are. Are there any like products or books, shows, games, literally anything? Just let me know what you've been into lately because I like to be nosy. I like to know what people are into. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope that you had fun, and I will see y'all in my next video.